Welcome back to Inside the Valley. Our next two guests joining us this morning are Cecilia and Ernesto from Mujeres, Unidas, also known as Women Together.
Yes.
They're here to talk about their annual gala that's coming up. Let's first talk about the organization itself. For the people who are not familiar with this organization, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Mujeres Unidas was started in 1978, so we've been in the Valley for 42 years, providing services to victims of domestic violence and sexual abuse in our community. We have a lot of different services, starting with our shelter, emergency shelter for victims who are escaping an abusive situation at home. After the shelter, we have the legal advocacy program where we help people by giving them information and referral for legal advice. We do not have attorneys in the agency, but we do work with other organizations and attorneys who will advise our clients on what to do in their specific situations. We have counselors available. The agency is a nonprofit organization, so all our services are free and confidential. Yeah.
Okay, and so this is for women who are, the main reason is for domestic violence, is that right?
Right. Our agency provides services to anybody who is a victim. It could be a male, a female. The gender is not the criteria.
So it is open to everyone?
It's open to everyone. And just to give you an idea, about 15, 20 years ago, we had about 5 males that would come in for services. This past year, we had 178 males who came in for services as victims.
Okay, wow.
So, yeah, in addition to the services for our victims, we do have a batterers intervention program for people who want to save their marriage, sometimes, or their relationships. You know, they recognize that they have a problem and they want to work on it, so they say, okay, well, what can we do? The batterers intervention program does provide psychoeducational classes for people to use these tools to change their behavior, to be able with their families and be nonviolent.
And so there was a need for this organization here, right? How did it start?
It started in 1978 by a group of volunteers that recognized that there was a lot of people wanting counseling, needed advice, needed shelter, and these volunteers organized and created a shelter to service the clients. At the time, it's still mainly women who come into our shelter, but we do service, like I said, men. So we've been around, and that's the purpose of the organization, is to be able to provide services, shelter, and ultimately be able to save lives. Because when we think about family violence, we think about the parents or just a couple fighting, but in reality there's a lot of children involved, there's in-laws, there's other people that get involved, and we have an average of 5 to 10 people who lose their life every year as a result of family violence, and that's one too many.
Yeah.
So we work with law enforcement, with our district attorney's office. Last year there was over 5,800 cases of family violence reported in Hidalgo County alone, and Women Together served over 1,800 victims.
Okay. So now you guys are going to be having your annual gala coming up.
Yes, we're having our annual gala, and I'll let Ernesto talk about that.
I've been a board member for under a year. Cecilia has been incredible in giving me insight on the situations that have happened in the many, many years that she's been involved with Mujeres Unidas, or Women Together Foundation. I'm an entrepreneur, and we have definitely a huge responsibility as part of as being leaders in our community to be able to help resolve these kind of issues. The gala, it's an incredible opportunity for all leaders of our community to be able to get involved and help in these horrendous circumstances. A couple of the situations that Cecilia has basically explained to me that she's lived in the many years that she's been involved is a circumstance of sexual assault to a 2-month-old, a baby who was sexually assaulted by a family member. Another circumstance was a 78-year-old woman, an elder, who was sexually assaulted by her son. She was, I believe she was asking for, the son was asking for money for drugs, and when she would not provide that kind of money, he would hit her and he would sexually assault her and rape her. These are real cases. These are circumstances that happen every day. Many of these people do not talk about these circumstances. They, they can be your best friend,
right.
your sister.
So who do you turn to, right?
So who do you turn to?
Yeah.
These people believe that they cannot talk about this to anybody because they feel that they're relying on their significant other to provide financially to them. So they live in fear. The gala, which is going to happen on February 13th at 6 p.m., we're selling tickets for $100. And all the money that comes through the gala, all the money that is donated through we're going to have a live auction, we're going to have a silent auction, we're going to have a cash bar. Every single penny, every proceeding that comes through the gala, it's going to come to Women Together. Again, as entrepreneurs, as business leaders, anyone who wants to attend to this gala, anyone who wants to buy tickets, please feel free to call Women Together. We have the tickets available for them. And it's to be able to help these people in the community that are going through horrible, horrendous circumstances.
And as a nonprofit, I mean, you rely on fundraising to survive, to give free services to help these families here in the Rio Grande Valley.
Exactly, and we're also looking for sponsorships, so if there's anybody out there who owns a business and would like to sponsor us, please contact us. That would be great.
Okay, and for people that or who need someone to turn to, what's your contact information at the organization?
We have a hotline, a 24-hour hotline that people can call, and it's 1-800-580-4879. So people can call that number and just talk to someone and then try to come into our office. Our office hours are 9 to 5, Monday to Thursday, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. And they don't need to file police reports. Many people have the misconception that in order to come in for services, they have to be physically abused or have filed police reports or charges, but we recognize that abuse comes in different forms. There's verbal, psychological, emotional, financial abuse, and of course the physical. So anybody that wants to talk to an advocate can call us and get some information on what they could possibly do, and then maybe come in and get some more information and referrals into other agencies that might be able to help them.
And the people who want to call in, it's confidential.
Everything is confidential and free of charge.
Okay.
So we're hoping that the community will open up and come in. There's no need to suffer in silence. There's always someone available to help.
Okay, and people who want to purchase tickets or sponsor in the gala, who should they contact?
They should also call the office. Arnelda Hernandez is a person in charge there, 630-4878.
Okay, and again, you're looking for sponsors. When is the deadline for that?
Probably maybe a week before the event.
A week before the event would be great, so we can accommodate any kind of circumstance. However, we're always available. I mean, before or after the event, any donations are obviously greatly appreciated. Help is always very much well received. And at any time, they can call the organization. They can call my business through my business, Tecna Impact. Where they can call 956-213-8283, and we have the tickets available there too. 956-213-8283.
And this organization means very well here in the Rio Grande Valley. We've done stories on our newscast about the organization and domestic violence and abuse, and so this is really important to fundraise to keep this organization going to help these people here in the Rio Grande Valley.
Definitely, we depend so much on the community support, and we would not be able to function if we did not have volunteers, if we did not have people who monetarily supported us, because we do have very limited funding tied into grants sometimes, and sometimes there's no money coming in. So we have to continue providing safety for victims.
Okay, and then years past, the gala's been successful?
Yes, we've had very successful ones, and we've had some that have not been so successful, but we're hoping that this year we're going to have a great one.
If I can add something, obviously this particular year it's going to be on on Valentine's Day. Well, actually one day before Valentine's Day. It's going to be on February 23rd, so that's our theme. And it's going to be we're going to have a DJ, we're going to have a dance. It's going to be for everyone to enjoy, to have a good time, to have fun. Absolutely, it's going to be a blast.
And it is February 13th.
what I say? I did not say February 13th.
13th, Thursday.
It will be, please, February 13th.
Yes, it
February
kicks off the
13th.
Valentine's Day weekend. So
Exactly.
Absolutely.
there you go. All right, anything else you'd like to say or add?
No, just to support women together, like Ernesto said, either through this event or throughout the year. And then we have different events throughout the year, so please know that it's our community and it's our people getting hurt, and with our help, they can receive some safety.
All right, thank you so much for
Thank
coming in
you.
this morning.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next Sunday right here on Inside the Valley. Have a great rest of the weekend.